What's going on, guys? LBR Spray here, and today, instead of playing Modern Warfare that just came out an hour and a half ago, because the servers are complete garbage, I'm going to be posting my first Fortnite win in Season 2, which you're going to be seeing here, and with like 14 kills, and obviously the win because it's my first win. Anyway, that's how that works. So, Fortnite Season 2, I think, is a lot better than probably every Fortnite season. I might have said Fortnite Season 2. Fortnite Chapter 2 is better than every Fortnite season before, after, let's say 4. From 4 onwards, everything after 4 was pretty bad. It just went downhill. From 4 to 10. It just kept getting worse and worse, in my opinion. But anyway, if besides Modern Warfare coming out, I don't think this game is going to see a big drop in player base. I think it's going to be pretty consistent as long as they, keep the game along this path. I think it's going to be pretty good. That's the only reason I'm not going to be playing Fortnite as much now, is because Modern Warfare is coming out. Otherwise, I think it's a good game again. And I think it's more fun now than it was before, and not just because of the bots they added into the game. Although my KD has went up about 3 from every other season except for 4. I don't know if it's just because everyone else is worse now, or if it's just because of the bots. I think it's both, really. Skill-based matchmaking I don't see at all. Maybe that's just me. Wins are still super easy to get. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I like what they did with the new map, how they kept the some of the most popular places, but still took Tilted out like people wanted. I still like how Salty and Pleasant and Retail are in the game, and like the old Retail, obviously that was one of my favorite spots to go, and still is. But some of the new spots are definitely good. I like what is kind of the new Tilted with Lazy Lake. I think that's quite a good location. I don't know, man. The pump shotguns are definitely garbage. Unless you get a purple or gold one, there's absolutely no point in using a pump over a tac shotgun because they're just completely atrocious. You're never going to hit someone for more than 90 with a pump unless you're barrel stuffing their forehead. So definitely now you can carry either just attack with no sub and like an AR and a rocket launcher or a sniper and have 2 heals, as opposed to where you used to have space for just 1 if you wanted to carry a sniper or a rocket, because you keep a pump and a sub. But there's definitely a lot more flexibility in the class now. I do wish they'd take out the burst, just the common, uncommon, and rare, because I think they're trash. You get them in about 30% of your chests, and they're complete garbage. The AUG I think is quite good because the bloom on it is fairly good. Unlike the burst is completely atrocious from about every range. Unless you get first shot accuracy, then obviously there's, like right here, man, both of these people are bots, and I don't know if they add or take away from the game, but I guess it's good for people that aren't as good at the game to have still like an incentive and not just get like clapped every single game, which I'm sure was their point to adding them. Is to keep the more casual player base happy. And in the same time at doing that, it's obviously going to get more kills for the people who are better at the game. So I guess, it's really not that bad. I think they could definitely decrease the amount of them per lobby, because it's kind of excessive. Like sometimes the last 7 or 8 people alive will just all be bots. But other than that, man, the game's pretty good again. But like I said, with Modern Warfare coming out, I don't know how many people are still going to be playing this game like really consistently. I know the people that obviously make a living off of it, like streamers and stuff, are gonna be. But other than that, I mean, probably the little kids that never played COD growing up are still gonna be playing Fortnite because this is what they grew up with too. Just like most of us grew up with COD. So, I mean, it's obviously still gonna have its player base and whatever, but definitely I don't think it's gonna be big, as big now, unless Modern Warfare does something terrible, like right now, you know, with the servers. Obviously, if they're trash all year, then it's gonna be probably the biggest letdown, because Modern Warfare is really promising right now, and it has a lot of potential to be the best COD game since, I don't know, Black Ops 2 maybe even. I thought personally Advanced Warfare was quite a good game, and the only reason that probably won't go down as one of the best COD games in history is some people couldn't get used to the movement. I personally thought the movement was really good. That was one of my best COD games, right behind Black Ops 2, and the only real reason I don't think it will go down as one of the best COD games is because it introduced supply drops. And that is probably the biggest issue in COD right now. And Modern Warfare says they're not going to have them. That's complete garbage. They will at some point, just like when Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare Remastered said they wouldn't have them, and then added them on later. Just because you have to try and make as much money as you can, obviously, because it's a business. But you also have to keep your paying player base and fan base, which is not going to happen if they keep adding pay-to-win microtransactions, just like mobile games. Mobile games, it's expected. And like this, another bot right here. Like it's kind of ridiculous. But anyway, like mobile games, it's kind of expected that unless you pay for the game, they're gonna have microtransactions, right? Like that's just how mobile games are. But for games you pay $80 for, you're not expecting to have to pay another like $50 or $60 just to get the best gun in the game. And I know like in Advanced Warfare, I bought, I don't know, at least 100 supply drops and Prestige 30 times. Like I had 35 days played on Advanced Warfare, and I never got the HBRE3 Insanity, which was in most people's opinions the best gun in the game, and never got it. And I find that completely ridiculous, because in that game the loot drops were purely skill based. So the lower KD you had and the worse you were at the game, the more elite and better weapon variants you got, just to try to maintain the casual player base, so they would keep getting good things, and then they would have a better chance to compete with the people who are actually good at the game. So, because if the people who are actually good at the game got all the same weapon variants, they would obviously, as I just completely cucked myself, but not do damage somehow. They would obviously not be able to compete with the good players who had the best weapons, which is what happened to me. I never got the best gun in the game, and I stopped playing after the Black Ops 4 beta, because I was expecting Black Ops 4 to be something different, and it was, of course, not good, just like every other COD since. And I really have a lot of hope for this COD, but right now the servers are trash. Unsurprisingly, there's issues at launch. What more can you expect? But I have high hopes for this game, other than the servers right now. I think it can be probably the best game since Black Ops 2. Anyways, guys, so that's all for me. That's my first win this season, and I guess that kind of turned into a Modern Warfare rant. But I think Fortnite can be good this chapter if they keep up with this. And so that's all for me, guys. Thanks. I'll see you in the next one.